nations will not sign anything. So what will happen? So we have to have a own, we have to have a investment in our own, not dependence on the other. Then we will improve. Otherwise we will not improve. Where we are talking about the SDG and other policies, it is not implemented. We have to have a policy for own. So thank you so much.
All right, I'll make it very short and precise, and I'd like to try and address my questions, direct ones also, and also others. The first one is the direct question that my friend from Bangladesh, he asked. It was related to the strategies and the youth engagement, right? As I said before as well, UNDP has a global youth strategy in different countries, and in Nepal also we follow that strategy. So we focus mainly on the empowerment section of youth, which will cover like goal number 1 and goal number 8, which is no poverty and decent work and economic growth. Another is civic engagement, which will incorporate goal number 16. And another one is resilience building, which will incorporate infrastructure, innovation, and industry, goal number 9. And also the 11 goal number, which is sustainable cities and communities. So those are the strategies that UNDP has, which is focused on youth. And if you talk about the youth engagement, and if you ask me percentage, I'm really sorry, I can't say how many percentage of youth are involved in SDGs, but then, you know what, the important thing is that let's not take into account only the ones who know about SDGs. Maybe there is someone in the remote area of Nepal or remote area of Bangladesh that are working so hard in the field and growing so many agricultural products, but that person may not know about SDG, but that person is helping in goal number 2, zero hunger. So there are like many youth who are working that they don't know about SDG, but then still they are working in those sectors which will complement the achievement of the global goals for sustainable development. And another question was, did I address your, yeah. So, and another question is that, yeah, I think it's really mandatory for me to mention this. Also, to engage with youth, what UNDP does is, like you have UNICEF, we have UNISAN, and also we have ONYAP, which is called United Nations Youth Advisory Panel, which will link the youth issues with the UN, and we want to bridge the gap that are existing between the youth and the UN agencies. So we have that. And the another question was related to the corruption. I think the transparency and accountability modality of Nepal should be strengthened for now, I think, because according to this corruption perception index, our score is 27, where 0 is more corrupt, the most corrupted one. So our score is 27 in between 0 to 100, which is a really bad thing. So I think youth representation in the government sector and also in private sector, in everywhere can hold ourselves accountable and transparent enough to remove this problem. And another question was related to did you mention the restructuring of the whole federal system, or were you talking about the earthquake conflict? Oh, justice ones. So I think goal number 16, the targets that goal number 16 have, if you go through the targets, that will be a governing document or a governing referral to make sure that how you as an individual and also how you from institution can work in this sector, and how you can allocate other SDGs and how you can work on them as well. So that can be one of the strategy, and I think I'll pass the mic. So.
Thank you. I think as a moderator, I'm not supposed to talk more, but there was a question directed at me in terms of health, but thank you for raising the very important question, because health, especially of adolescent, is important, because if you see the population of both Nepal and Bangladesh, one of the common factors is there are more young people, adolescents and youth, than other population, and this is one of the historical moments. So if this population is not healthy, of course we can't achieve SDGs or any other development goals. So that was a very important question. So another one relating to health was, there is another thing common in Nepal and Bangladesh. Can you imagine any sector that both Nepal and Bangladesh are at the top of the world? Corruption, maybe that's one thing. Another? Youth balls, yeah, that's another. Remittance is also important, yeah, they're very common. And another is child marriage. I'm relating more with adolescents' health, like he was talking about. So Nepal and Bangladesh consistently topped the number or percentage of adolescent girls getting married before the age of 18. So that is a big the barrier in terms of health, human rights of adolescents. So that's some of the issues. There are a lot of more issues like road accidents are one of the leading cause of young people for death for young people worldwide. Mental health, suicide has been some of the uh, upcoming or trending issues in terms of adolescents and young people. So these are some of the issues that as ION or as civil society we are trying to work on this area, and thank you for raising that issue. And another that I didn't hear so far was about the climate change. I think that's a very important concern. Um, if we don't halt the increase of the temperature, global temperature beyond 2 degree, 2 degree, there's going to be irreversible damage on the planet. So it doesn't matter whatever goal we are trying to achieve, if there's no planet. So, but another thing, the good part about SDGs is also it's not only about government's accountability or government's job to do the SDG. It's also about the people. Like you were saying, there might be already a person in Jumla is working to end child marriage, or there might be a traffic person who is trying to save the lives from road accidents. So they are doing their job. So coming on to Trump, even though Trump has decided to move out of the COP Paris Agreement, you might have noticed, the Pittsburgh, where he's elected from, the mayor of Pittsburgh has already said that they would continue to do their part in making sure they fulfill the agreement in Paris. Similarly, the mayor of New York is also committed that they will do their part in fulfilling the commitments of Paris. So it's also about citizens and local governments, authorities that can also shape in implementing SDGs. So now I'd like to hand over to this one.
I will just respond to my sister's questions like corruption and then legal or TRC system. Right? I think corruption is the biggest challenge to achieve SDGs, not only in Nepal but also Bangladesh. When I was Bangladesh, that time ambulance was carrying public passengers. Like we were very shocked. It is sometimes happening, in Nepal also. Corruption is one of the biggest challenge to achieve SDG. That's why SDG 16, there is some 2-3 indicators related with corruption. And we have, like, I'm also in NGO Federation of Nepal, which is the focal organization for Nepal SDG Forum. We are doing secretariat for Nepal SDG Forum. Through that forum, we have been continuously working on, lobbying and advocating with parliamentarian, government agencies, politicians, bureaucrats, everyone. We invite in a same hall and then discuss. We also propose some indicators also, because NPC is developing one indicator. So we have also proposed some indicators on corruption or other things. So zero tolerance on corruption should be there without mitigating without stopping corruption. We cannot achieve SDG, which is very much challenge. And regarding the question of TRC, it is very good opportunity that Nepal we have a new constitution. This is 1 year, and now we are going to in federal structure. We have a 3 level of election, local election, federal election, and the national election. And there are lots of young people. There are lots of ethnic community. There are lots of women will be in the in a decision-making level. So which is very good to deal with human rights, peace building, and other issues. And Nepal, we faced a 10-year armed conflict, and we have a Truth and Reconciliation Commission, but it is not working very well, I should say. But our role is to, we have to, and then there are more than 120 policies need to be designed. So we have to be serious, whether there are institutions or not. If there are institutions, but they are not functioning, then we have to time and again remind them, how you are working, how are the roles you are fulfilling or something like that. If there are not policies, then we have to work to policy formulation or policy changing or something like that. And if there is some policies, there are some institutions, but they are not functioning well, we have to work on that. So this time, Nepal, it is very good opportunity for us that we are in a federal, we are going in a federal election. There are lots of new figure, youth, women, and people from different background, ethnic community are coming in the leadership position, and the if you see the manifesto of political parties, they all are committed to SDG also. You know, some of the political parties leaders, they are aware about the SDG and they are putting like, oh, we will fulfilling these agendas or something like that. So we are the people who are very much like responsible to deliver the message with the political parties or bureaucrats, and we have to also change our behavior if there is a case of corruption and we see also people also like we have to stop. Thank you.
While giving concluding remarks on engagement of youth in achieving sustainable development goals, I want to share two things here. There are two ways in which youth can be involved in achieving sustainable development goals. One is location-based. No matter where you are and in which position you are, you can start to work on sustainable development goals. Locally, nationally, regionally, and globally. And second thing is stage-based. If you are in local level, you can work. If you are in decision-making level, you can make policies. And next thing, what the people are in decision-making level can do is ensuring minimum percentage of youth participation in decision-making level. Because youth knows this world better, and we want to be the part of decision-making level. So, as a youth advocate, as a member of youth-led organizations, you can take lead on it to ensure your participation in decision-making level. In this way, we can be engaged in sustainable development goals, and together we can achieve it.
Thank you. Just wrapping up, I'd like to thank all the panelists for your inspiring thoughts, and I'm sure that we have heard a lot about, we got a lot of ideas about what we can do to achieve SDGs and how we can monitor and make the stakeholders accountable in achieving the SDGs, but also what we can do in our personal lives to achieve the SDGs. Special thanks goes to Mr. Pranav Regmi, who is a board member of IN and also the president of Yatra, who has done all the background work for preparing this event. And also thank you to all the individual panelists for your very inspiring thought and also for very well time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your patience in listening to us.
Thank you. Now I would like to ask our moderator to hand out our token of love to the panelists.